Hello everyone, it is I, Mark Major, and we are here at the Action Figuratorium. You can see it right there behind me. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Boss Fight Studio. This is an action figure company that makes a wide range of different action figures in different pop culture icons. However, they also do this line called Vitruvian Hacks. Vitruvian Hacks are essentially 4-inch blanks, action figures for you to customize and kit bash. They also have a huge variety of accessories and armor kits for these figures. But today, in an announcement that I saw through Big Bad Toy Store, they have opened up pre-orders for their 1/12 Vitruvian Hack blanks. And this is something that I actually was kind of reporting on 2 years ago on this channel, so we're going to go back to see what it was I said, and then we're going to look ahead to what may be the future of the Vitruvian Hacks line. So everybody strap on the leather today and hold on tight. All right, so it is time for us to cut over to browser view. And here is a video I made 2 years ago called Boss Fight Studio Go 6-inch Y. And basically what it was is they were offering up these 6-inch skeletons, right? And they had, of course, done skeletons in the Vitruvian Hacks line. But here they're doing them in a 1/12 scale. Now, they also were trying a little bit to market them to the hacks. People are saying these are giant skeletons. If you got 4-inch guys, the 6-inch guys are just giants, right? You know. But they were for the 1/12 people. Make no mistake about it. A little cartoony by some of my friends who do collecting and kit bashing and customizing, but still, they look pretty good. Okay, so that was 2 years ago, and I said they were switching over to 1/12 because that's where the money is. And then a year after that, and 1 year ago, I said prediction, 4-inch figures done, 6-inch becoming the way. Okay, where are we today? Let's go over to the Big Bad Toy Store, and this is the selection of epic hacks that they're doing in the 1/12 scale. You can see there, and they have a collection here. Maybe we should turn off the black and white filter as we're no longer, there we go, we're no longer in flashback mode. So they have a dark-skinned, a light-skinned, and a unpainted gray skin of both men and women. I think that's a great approach to start out of the gate. These are some blank figures with which you can customize and kit bash in the 1/12 scale. I think this is going to be pretty successful. I think they're going to sell a lot of these right out of the gate. A lot of people are going to pick these up because they're going to be pretty good. I myself have quite a bit of the 4-inch guys, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But what I'm really getting at is that these guys are following the money, and it's no surprise if you look and see all the different major corporate lines that do 1/12. We've got G.I. Joe, which started off as 4-inch guys, and now they're a 6-inch line. Marvel Legends, of course, and Star Wars Black Series, but a lot of other indie lines are all in the scale. All those Mezco 1/12 figures like the Gomez and their pink skulls and stuff like that. Super popular. Mythic Legions, their Cosmic Legions. I have covered many different action figure lines on Kickstarter that are all in this scale. This is where the future of collecting is probably going to end up. This is where people are putting their money, despite the fact that it is not the most ideal for world building. It is tough to get 1/12 vehicles. It is impossible to get 1/12 play sets and some accessories as well. In some cases, you got a better chance of getting 1/6 just because that's the G.I. Joe Barbie scale, and a lot of companies have made for that scale. However, give it time, my friends. Give it time. So, what do I think about the future of the 4-inch Vitruvian Hacks? Well, they have not abandoned, they being Boss Fight Studio, have not abandoned that line. They just announced some new 4-inch figures, some prefab guys that they're coming out with. I put them on pre-order. One of them was a Red Sonja, and I tell you what, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good for a Red Sonja figure. So they're not done with it completely. However, it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 years of a production cycle for toys. So everything you're seeing right now were things that they started work on a couple years ago and has finally come to fruition. They must be getting pretty close to having these things done if they're putting up for pre-order. You can only put stuff up for pre-order so far in advance because it could actually work against you. You want to time it so that it's just on the tip of the brain when you see the pre-order, and then they show up not long after it. I'm predicting that we're going to see this stuff in not too far off a time. But with the 4-inch guys, no, they have not abandoned it. However, I feel strongly that Boss Fight Studio should do something very interesting, right? Now, I want you to come over here and look at this. This is a company called Marauder Gun Runners. They make 4-inch parts and kits and pieces and blanks and bodies for this scale. They do mainly military stuff, right? Modern military, as well as some John Wick looking dudes in like suits. And they do World War II figures, and they do, in my opinion, a really great job. But if you just want to get like a Russian hat, if you just want to get a pistol, if you just want a holster, you can do that. You can micro buy anything you want from these guys. You know, if you just want to get like a pack of like cigarettes or something, you can buy it from this company. Everything is available in this catalog. And wouldn't it be great if the Hacks line, the 4-inch Hacks line, was spun off into its own, right, its own company that was run kind of like Marauder Gun Runners. And I think the guy who does the Vitruvian Armory, who resells used parts and pieces, I think he'd be a great candidate to run it. And I'd be a great candidate to help market it because I have a real passion for these guys. And I'm going to show you that right now. Check this out. So I'm a fan of the Hacks. I have a lot of the blanks. I've also bought some of the other figures. I've got one of the, it's like an elk or a moose or something. I've got like a Medusa. I've got a fairy. I've got a whole bunch of blanks that I'm working on. And I got a whole pack of armor to make a bunch of different guys out of them. And so this is a cool brand. They have done all of this work already, getting molds and producing a line of figures that works and having all these accessories. It would be dumb to flush it all the way because can you concentrate on the two scales? It might be better to just make that its own separate entity and let it compete against Marauder Gun Runners in a very complementary way. And what I mean by that is for every Coke, there is a Pepsi. And so if you have two companies that are doing something similar, but they're competing to like make the product better, to make the prices better, and to like offer you different things, right? A lot of military stuff with the Gun Runners. Vitruvian Hacks, they've got all these sort of like Greek and Roman and fantasy gear, as well as like Cthulhu heads and crab heads and Anubis heads, and all these like really cool mythical fantasy figures. Wouldn't it be great to have these two entities out there operating for us, the people who love the 4-inch collecting line? So that is kind of it for today's rant. I just want to point out that this is kind of a big deal. I think that the Boss Fight Studio 1/12 blanks, I think they're going to be pretty good for the money. I'll have to get one and put it up against some of these other cheaper blanks that I've bought in the past, and we'll just see who wins out over their parents' love. So everybody who made it this far into the video, thank you. It is tough to make it all the way. I want you to know that I'm going to see everybody in this next video that is coming up, and you should stay charged until it drops.